All right. We've touched on a bunch of this stuff individually last year, but I want to make sure everybody's got a plan and start executing right now because it'll be end of the year. And if you guys can put this into place for your neighborhoods right away here, like by the end of the year, you will have taken good market share. Pretty much guarantee you, and that'll lead you really nice into 2027 spring season as well, too, because people will know who you are. So the big thing here is like being visible. So like make sure when you're doing videos that your face is in it. When you're posting pictures, like try to get your face in it as much as you can, mailers, that kind of thing. Like focus on that. You want people to recognize you as well as whatever brand you're using, but they need to know who you are and make that personal connection. All right, so market share is one really at the hyper local level, as opposed to like trying to tackle the whole city of Calgary, for example. Even trying to tackle off Cochrane that's a pretty big market share. That's almost 40,000 people. Like you can't worry about like, oh, I need to get a certain percentage of that big of a market, but you can really narrow it down to your neighborhood or maybe a couple neighborhoods depending on how big yours are. So if in Cochrane, basically there's some neighborhoods that'll be one, there's some neighborhoods that be you want the one beside you as well to kind of get enough sales going in there. Adams and Montgomery, uh, decent, but he'll that'll spill into Bonus, it'll spill into Parkdale,
Yeah.
which is good because you'll have like all different price points there. Consumers trust familiar faces, not the best marketer. And repetition's key too. Like they have to see you, have to see you all the time, have to see you at events, have to see you online, and tie everything together. Now, one mistake I've seen a lot of people do is like go out and get bus benches like right away, and it's kind of like a pointless activity. Um, like if you just got to a neighborhood or just starting your farming and you get bus benches, you're just wasting money. Nobody knows who you are anyway. So like that's not really gonna close the loop for anybody. So like start with everything else. If you have a really good closed loop, everybody knows who you are. They know your face. They know what you're doing. They know you're the realtor around here. They know you live in the neighborhood. Then adding some high ticket print media like bus benches or billboards could help tie that all in and boost you another 5 or 10%. But until people know who you are, it's a wasted spend because it's not gonna catch their eye. So it's a really reinforcement thing to get a bus bench or a big mural of some sort. So make sure you do all the little stuff first to know who you are, then you can graduate to that. Otherwise, you're just blowing $500 a month on a bus bench. Big key too, like we talk about buying leads and everything, you don't, as people know who you are, you need to spend less on a lot of that business, which is nice. You don't have to keep spending to get new leads because people know who you are, they're going to come to you and they'll refer you. So choosing market. Oh, you guys do this today too. If you don't know what market you're concentrating on, you probably do. But for me, this worked really well. If you pick a target market that you could get all of the deals you need for the year out of 10 to 20% of the market share, that's big enough. If you look online, lots of people have different takes on this. Oh, it should be 1,200 homes, should be this. But really, what you need is like, if I stay 10% of market share in the next 12 months, is that enough to feed me? 20%, you could definitely do in 18 to 24 months. You can definitely take over 20% of the market share. But if it's big enough to take 10% and feed you, then you're off to a good start. So in order to do this, like go to your community, pull all the sales from the last 365 days, and then see what 10% of those sales would net you. If it's not enough to reach your goal, then just spread out a little bit longer, a little bit wider. So I've done this activity for some people in Cochrane lately, and like if you just take Fireside, it's not quite there. If you take Fireside and Riversong, which is just across the highway there, it's enough. And like Montgomery might not be enough, but Montgomery Parkdale is probably enough to get 10%. So anything get 10%, you could do that in 12 months for sure. I've seen it done. I've done it. I've done it with other teams that we had. You can do 10% in 12 months and you can do 20% in 18 to 24 for sure. I watched a realtor take 20% in 18 months of one of the most affluent neighborhoods in Calgary. And that's literally all he sells now. because he spent the time to do these activities, spend the time in the community. And the thing is, at the time, he didn't even live in Altadore. He was living in Cochrane. He's like, I want to farm Altadore. I just want to work in $2 million houses. Like, that's it. That's all I want to do. So he spent literally 18 months door knocking, mailers, community events, signs, and then added bus benches at the back end of the 18 months, like closed the whole loop. And now he lives in Altadore and he only sells Altadore basically. So like you can take over whatever you want. If you don't like your neighborhood or you don't like the price points, you do not have to do your own neighborhood. Making it close obviously makes it easier, and that's why we usually focus on that. So similar price points. So again, like if you're focusing on a high-end neighborhood, that's fine because everything's high-end. If you're focusing on medium market, whatever, that's fine. Everything's medium market. Try to get the same because then your mailers and your marketing in general can be focused around like, okay, luxury real estate or non-luxury or middle of the road or whatever. Um, your target market could be as small as like one condo building too. I mean, we've had people before on BRIX that lived in big condo buildings and they just get like ton of business from that. Go do all the activities with everybody in the building, the group stuff. All these buildings have pickleball courts and all that stuff now too. So they just get together with that and they can get all their business from one building. So it could be a subdivision, condo complex, could be acreage type area like Montera, big townhome community. Like again, it's just the amount of sales is really what we want to focus on. Strong community identity is good. If there's a lot of stuff going on, activities for the families, they do events all summer, stuff you can tap into. You want to kind of concentrate on that as well. And then, easy to walk or drive to for yourself. The closer it is for you, the easier for you, the more you're going to actually execute on this. All right, we'll start with online since it's the easiest to get going, although hardest to execute, I found for most people. Social media and your targeted ads. That's your online focus. Social media is free. It just involves your time, but it's free out of pocket, let's say. Targeted ads going to cost you money. Both strategies together are really going to close the loop for people online. So social media, every month, Sydney's giving you guys full calendars, full ideas. They're mostly community based. So if you take that, apply it to the community you're farming, you're gonna have at least, let's say, 10 posts there. And then you can add posts from that as well. So you can focus on that or do stuff really concentrated around your community. But the key is that you are posting about where you live. Like Adam, that first post you put out of Montgomery, that's perfect. And they should
Okay.
follow that up every week with something
Okay.
else about the area. And then you could like go to Parkdale and be like, if you're looking for luxury, like there's even higher price points here, and then this is going on here, and infills and new builds and duplexes. Like you pick a different topic every week around your community. I mean, there's a lot going on in those inner
Okay.
city neighborhoods like that. But like go consistent because then people that specifically click on content about that area, they're gonna start seeing you all the time because you're always posting about the area. And then they're like, oh yeah, this guy lives here. He's a realtor. He knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna contact him. Like, you'd be surprised. A good year of social media will net you multiple referral reach outs online for sure. Just got to be consistent. And like it's good to post every day. That's pretty hard. If you just start with like 2 or 3 times a week, though, that's enough to be noticed. And you're gonna have weeks where you can probably post every day if you batch shoot videos or have stuff ready. That's great. It really gets you up. So like I found if I post every day, I can so either a video or static post or even like a shared post with somebody else. But if I have something new every day of the week, I can get my views right now to between 60 and 75,000 views a month. And I only have 3,200 followers. So most of it's non-followers. It's like 60 to 70% non-followers. And if you do that, then I also gain like 150 followers a month if I can actually stay consistent on every single day. So hard to do, but like don't beat yourself up. If you do as much as you can, you'll see your followers grow and you'll see your views go through the roof. And same thing, like there's a couple realtors online that post a lot. And then we've either exchanged views or they sometimes they'll post a screenshot of views. And yeah, I've seen people with about the same followers as me getting like 100,000 views or more, 150,000 views. So like if your follower count's good, it'll grow the more you post, but you can get a ton of views if you're just posting consistently and if you use stories properly too. Targeted ads, I've talked about this. Make sure you're set up with Media Ninja. They can target your ads to the area you want. Now, there's gonna be spillover on Google Ads. It's just how it is. You can't be like, I only want to talk to people that specifically want to buy in this exact neighborhood. It'll be really expensive if you do that, and it's gonna be hard to get quality leads. So like you will have spillover, but you can have focus. So like if you're concentrating lead gen in Montgomery, Bonus, Parkdale, and those inner city, that part of the city, you're going to get mostly that part of the city, which is nice. If you're concentrated in some neighborhoods in Cochrane, you're going to get mostly Cochrane at least. So there will be spillover there, but it at least gets you visible in those areas. So people are searching for those areas, your landing pages come up, they click on them, fill them out. And now you can make that personal connection with them easier because they're people looking in at least a rough area of the city you want. So they do really help. You can start as low as like 300 a month on those. So don't think it's like super crazy spend. On social, this helped me is like come up with your buckets if you haven't done that for the year already. So like I want to concentrate on this neighborhood, I want to concentrate on this price point, and this is what I'm going to post about. Just like have your concentrations. So like I'm going to post about Cochrane, I'm going to post about families moving to Cochrane, and I'm going to post about anything from 600 to 900K. Like affordable family homes, let's say, if that's your focus. Or like you be, I live here, I live in inner city Calgary, I'm promoting inner city Calgary, and I'm promoting Canmore and how affluent people could have a vacation condo in Canmore. So that'll work for you, Adam, because like your price point in the city is the same price point of people that can afford to buy the vacation property as well. So like it kind of ties in. But like know your buckets and just post on those buckets. That's it.
Okay.
Like pick two or three. Like mine this year is a community, luxury, and agent attraction. That's it. Try not to post anything else. And like I'll accept collabs when it makes sense for what I want to post, but I can't accept every collab either because I like gotta try to steer the algorithm to like what I want. I just want to help luxury people. I want to promote the community I live in, which includes a bunch of new neighborhoods with luxury product, which is nice. And then I want to promote, bringing agents to Real and to BRIX operating system. So that's my buckets. Like, if you know you have to post, then it's really easy to come up with a plan and just stick to it. So highlighting what's just sold in the neighborhood is good, especially if you sold it. Definitely highlight that. But even other people like, hey, this is what's selling, or this is what $1 million looks like in this neighborhood. This is what 500 looks like in the neighborhood. So that really helps people frame, okay, if I want to buy here, this is my cost. Market updates filmed on location. That's really good too. If you do longer market updates, you can post them to YouTube, shoot them in horizontal, and you can blast people's emails with those. So like even if they're 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes long, like I have pretty good stats on the long market updates we send to our database, and people will watch like 50 to 75% of them, even if they're 15 minutes plus, if you send them direct to their email. Because they're like, okay, I want to learn about what's going on. So, and it doesn't have to be that long if you're specifically focusing on your neighborhood. But if you want a longer one, horizontal, post on YouTube, send it right to people's emails, you can embed them. And then, shoot vertical version to post to Meta as well, or to YouTube Shorts. So I recommend post to YouTube, at least YouTube Shorts and Meta on everything. YouTube Shorts are pretty good. You can reach quite a few people. For BRICS people, if you want something on YouTube Shorts, just send it to me, the video file, and I can put it up there. So not a problem. So focus on giving neighborhood updates for your neighborhood, and then people will start to understand that's what you're focused on. You might have to go dig for more individual stats, but they're all available. You can go exactly by neighborhood on KrebLink. Super easy. You can pull them every single week. So KrebLink market stats, you can do all your personalized market stats, pull whatever you want, and then put them out. Do the video, quick update, and then you can also post the stat posts as carousels and stuff too. So you can double down on the exact same content. Gives you one less post to think about for the week. And like, don't worry about doubling down. The people that are posting like multiple times a day are doubling down like every 2 weeks. If you go back and flip through, like they're reposting stuff that did well, they're reposting it again 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks later if it's something that's evergreen. Like you don't have to shoot 365 videos this year. Like the ones that did well, repost them. You can change the thumbnail, you can change one of the slides if you're reposting carousel that did well. So like you can use content if you're like, I don't have enough content this week, repost something from 6 months ago that's still valid. So don't be afraid of that. The best posters, that's what they do. That's how they have 2,000 posts. Like the more important thing is the more you feed the algorithm, the more it's going to present it to those people. So posting rule, minimum 2 local posts a week, if you can stick to that. So like 2 about your neighborhood or your area every week. Always tag the neighborhood, tag businesses, we'll get into that too, tag whatever makes sense, and then always geotag, like put your location tag there. So you can do location tag for the exact neighborhood. Use that as much as possible when you're promoting the neighborhood. Because then people that search Fireside a lot or Riversong a lot or Montgomery a lot, it'll pop up the more you post. And all this stuff is searchable on Google. So people search Fireside, like your videos and stuff can pop up, but you got to be on it a lot. Question? Like Em, I think you're doing good overall in the Cochrane space, and I think a few more posts like really narrow down to the river area would probably
Yes.
do well.
Yeah, I would definitely love to take over a review. And actually, I'm just trying to think of things that I can be doing down there as well. So, no, that's totally true.
All right, targeted ads. So Google Ads, lead gen pages. These are just landing pages. You could switch them. Axel would recommend you switch them every 2 to 3 months anyway. Keep them fresh. But these would be about your area, your price point, that kind of thing to drive traffic to these landing pages. People are going to click on them. They're going to register to search for homes, that kind of thing. So these are really, really good to get you leads that are looking in areas that you are ready to serve. So 300 to 750 a month ad spend is probably what you're targeting. If you don't have the cash right now, start on the lower end, it's fine. But I highly recommend ramp it up to 500 plus when you can, because you'll see better results. If you can, I mean, we talked about the numbers a couple weeks ago too. Like if you can get 100 leads a month, you should have a deal a month within 6 months. So like if you can suck it up and spend the 750 a month from the start, by the time you hit 6 months, you should be doing a deal a month anyway. Which if you're making 10 to 12 grand a deal, like you're having pretty good return already. Start 10xing your return pretty quick. You just got to give it that time and you got to get enough leads in because like 100 leads, one deal. When you get better at it, 100 leads might be 2 or 3 deals. So like that's where you can 20x your spend after 6 to 12 months. But like you got to get enough leads in. But if you cannot afford it, you don't have the cash flow, like just get something going. Landing pages for all listings. So most CRMs will create the landing pages now automatically. Use these. You can use these for free and post them on places. So if you're promoting your listing, if you use the landing page for the listing, then people start flipping through there. It's going to ask them to register. You will capture leads from them. And they can be free leads because you can put that on your link tree. You can link it on your stories. So they can go to the landing page, see the listing. You can set it to a time limit. So after 2 minutes, after a minute, after they click on something, they have to register. You will register leads from those. If your CRM doesn't do it, your media company should do it these days. Elevate Media does. So every single listing you get, you also get a landing page with the video, 3D tour pictures already embedded, ready to go. So you can just use that as well. But you can, if you're using Lofty, it'll automatically create the landing page as soon as you have a new listing registered in there. Pull from your
Mhm.
IDX, and then you can just use that landing page. You can also switch around things on the landing page and edit it, but it will create it for you. So use that to your advantage. Boost posts for Meta and YouTube. So easy to do. You can boost rate from your posts if you want to do quick boost. The radius for Meta on a real estate post is 15 kilometers minimum. So you can hyper focus a little bit. But the nice part is if you have Cochrane listing, you want to focus in Cochrane, you just basically you're just targeting Cochrane and a little bit of Bear Spawn. You can kind of put the edge of Calgary, which you probably want anyway for promoting a Cochrane listing. I would go Northwest Calgary into Cochrane anyway, because that's a lot of the flow of people that want to move there. But just so you know, like you have to give it 15 kilometers or more radius on Meta. On YouTube, you can still target postal codes. So you can get right down to the postal code, which again, in our case would be Cochrane, basically T4C. But if you that gives you a little bit easier target stuff on YouTube, on Google. Both ways though, you can boost right from your post. You'll see the boost button on Meta. You'll see a boost button on YouTube Shorts. Even if you were to use the BRIX page to put your YouTube short on, you can still boost the YouTube short later. Like you can run an ad with that. So it doesn't matter if it's on your account or not. You can run it to your ad account. You just copy and paste the link. So a couple like those are easy. I'll do them. I really like doing them for the Cochrane stuff. So if people in Cochrane are just seeing my video. So anytime, like all my listing videos, I'll usually boost them for a week anyway and spend like 10 bucks a day and you'll get an extra 4 or 5 thousand views on it. It does help. And then on there, so on Meta, you can just link it right to your WhatsApp chat, which I highly recommend. You'll see that option. So if you're in Instagram and you hit boost, it'll say, what do you want, like, how do you want people to be directed when they click on the ad? And just say WhatsApp and then send it to your WhatsApp. That way, if they click on the ad, it's going to message you on WhatsApp. You're going to get their phone number and usually their name. Most people have their name in WhatsApp. You have their name and phone number right away. So now you can follow up. It's the easiest way to capture people's info.
Oh, that's good. I've just been using like the Instagram messages. So that's actually a way better idea.
Yeah, go WhatsApp. So much better. Okay, so let's see, background. 2 seconds. Okay, so I have this one. I'm just gonna hit boost post. Oh, hold on. That audio is unavailable. Okay, so get here, and then it's gonna give you the options. So visit a website, blah blah blah. It's just message you, and when you go to message you, then chat on WhatsApp is one of the options.
Yeah.
That's all you want. After that, you're gonna pick your where you want it to go. And I just pick my radius. You just put the address of the listing in this case, and then do the 15K radius, or it might be 15 mile. And then just boost it from there. And you will get messages. I mean, like I have 8 leads I'm working from that $5 million piece of land just from Meta Boost too. And I ran YouTube down ads on that too. So that one like I boosted a lot, spending like 1,000 a month on. Because I got the money up front, but like it does work. So, and they're developers and stuff. And then you can set auto responses on your WhatsApp as well. So people are like, what's the price? You can have like you can have questions, they can just pick them. What's the price? And it'll just automatically send them notifications. So you can make it as automatic as you want before you jump in and start following up. But the nice part is if someone's messaging you and you're like, yeah, they're pretty serious, now you can just call them immediately from WhatsApp.
Mhm.
Not wasting time.
Yeah, I like the ad boosts. Like you can spend, yeah, X amount of dollars, but I did that twice with my sunset listing. So I think I spent maybe $200 and I have two leads I'm working with right now off that. So
There you go.
definitely worth it.
Yep. $200 can make 20 grand. Great.
I know. At first, it's kind of like, is this actually going to work or is it going to be a waste of money? But you know what? Sometimes it's a flop, sometimes it's a hit. So sometimes you just got to take the gamble.
Most people that take the time to hit the message button and type a message are serious about
Eh,
something, right?
sometimes,
So, yeah.
sometimes.
Like if they click the auto thing and you reply, you don't hear from them again, fine. But if they start asking questions, then like they
Yeah.
want something. So it's easy to
Hmm.
jump in. That's what I like best about it too. And then I have their info.
Hmm.
You can throw in your CRM. You can set it up. You can set up your meta too, so it's feeding your CRM. Everybody's
Okay.
info as well. There's lots of stuff you can do, and then you can use. There are a lot of AI programs you can use on the back end of Instagram now too to do auto responses and feed your CRM. So it just depends how complicated you want to get on that, but it's super easy. Just message with people. You have their name, have their number, and yeah, like I'll do a week at $10 a day to start, and then sometimes I'll do another week if I want. Same with them. Couple
Hmm.
weeks, usually get a couple leads, and then sometimes helps you sell the house.
Hmm.
All right, mailers. If you're doing mailers, which I highly recommend, get them planned right now. Start sending them out in February. If you're doing market update ones, market updates from Krebs always come out on the first. So you can have mailers prepped with the designer and then just drop stats in as well if you're doing stat ones, but you should mix it up too. So monthly or bi-monthly. Like bi-monthly is fine if you want to save a little bit, but at least get six done this year. Like six times in everybody's mailbox will help. And then try to put your face on them if you can. Because again, it's just like reconfirming, like, oh yeah, this is Adam. I see his face. I see his face here. He's at this event. So just like closing the loop. So if you drop your face on it, so people can recognize you, it's great. 95% of mailers get dumped in the garbage. I'm aware of the stat. I think it's about that, or 92%. But you'd be surprised how quick you can get a lead off a mailer. And you just need one person to call you and you make 20 grand and
Hmm.
on your $500. Like it's crazy. If you just do it all the time, you'll just have multiple leads every once in a while. And some people will keep your mailer and they'll call you like a year later. It's crazy.
Where do you don't hand deliveries? I take it you Canada Post these, right?
Yeah. And
So where
Canada
do
Post is off their strike BS, so you can send them out
yeah.
again. Yeah.
So how do you get a list of addresses though? Like,
Okay, so
because I'm new to this
yeah,
completely in Canada,
if
so
you it's like we use PTI and
yeah.
they pull it. There's
Okay.
on Canada Post, I have to go find it. There's like maps of like mailing zones, but I have to go
Okay.
find it. If not, we can ask PTI exactly where it is. But yeah, there's a map of mailing zones. So if you take your neighborhood, it'll tell you how many mailing zones there are, and every mailing zone is coded. So if you're doing it on your own, if you print these, you need to sort them by the mailing zone and like wrap them and say which mailing zone it is, and you can drop them off of Canada Post.
Okay.
I just send everything to PTI and they do all that stuff for me, which is nice. I just my total bill
Yep.
includes them sending it and mailing it. So they organize it all and they just send it out. So
Okay.
that's like the easiest way. It's not crazy. Like for Montera, which includes some of the acreages to the south, it's $450. Sunset, Lauren would know, we're playing with that. Sunset's got three mailing zones. So if you're all of Sunset's like 780, but you could break it down to the two big ones and spend $500, $450. So yeah, it's not crazy. And that includes like printing and mailing.
Mhm.
Four or $500 every time you send them out. That's it. So Rochelle's email is on the slide, but I guess we have it in school too. But yeah, basically, if you want PTI to do them, you just email Rochelle, hey, I want a mailer, this is what I want. Give her a rough idea. They'll help you design it. It'll be about $100 first time you design one. And then send pictures. If you're using your own logo, send the logo if they don't have it. If you're using brick stuff, they have everything on file. And then they'll design it, say it's approved. Once it's approved, they'll just send it to Canada Post they'll print them, send them to Canada Post, send them out. Usually takes about 7 days after they're ready to get them to Canada Post and get them out. So plan
They're
those.
wonderful to deal with. They're so wonderful.
Yeah, super easy.
Mhm.
It's not wasting time trying to organize them all. I've done it myself before. My very first team. It's like it did it once. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Because you'll have to sit there and wrap them all, each mailing zone, label them all, then go to the post office. It's yeah.
And
But
they help you with the design and layout and everything.
yeah, they'll do
Oh,
design too. It's about like $100 to design a card the first
okay.
time, and then it'll go down from there if you're not switching out much.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, like $400 to $500 every time you send them out should cover you. And then the key is though, make sure they're good mailers and that they have a QR code so that you can capture more info. So just sold, just listed. Use other sales if you want. Real broker, BRIX agents should be fine. Just check with everybody. Neighborhood specific tips are good. And then make sure your personal photos on every time too. So I'll get a couple examples in a minute, but that's kind of stuff you could focus on. Things people want to see, like market updates are good, but make sure they're like local snapshots as much as possible. Showing sales are good because that's often people's question, right? Like, what did this house sell for? Like, if you can send them the info, it's good info for them. And if you can send them tips for selling their house, then they're more likely to call you. All right. So this is when I sent out in the fall or in the late summer last year to Montera. And that's when I sold this house, which is the record sale in Montera for a resale house or like a spec house. So 1.95 million got sold for. So I want everybody to know. So new record sales price for Montera. Just sold 43 Montera Landing. Put a picture, put the brick stuff. I did not put my picture on this, but I probably should have, but I didn't. On the back of this one, I put all of our Montera sales. It's like I want, and this is like continuing now on all my mailers. This one, I just update it. We sell another one, I put it on there. I want everybody to know how many houses we're selling because like we sell the most in that neighborhood, mostly because we have a builder. But I put it on there. We get a lot of resale because of it too. So here's our Montero sales. Everybody can see that. Oh, they sell a lot. Scan here, download our listing guide. If they scan there, it goes to my link tree, and then I have the listing guide at the top, and they can just download it, or it's in flip, so they can flip through it. So scanning this will bring them to more info. Like that's what I want.
The so just a quick question, the real luxury, is that like a bespoke?
You have to be, yeah, technically, yeah. Joel almost did it on one of his cards, and then he's like, he could ask to remove it. You do have to be part of Real Luxury, technically, to put the Real Luxury
Okay.
brand on. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm part of Real Luxury. Once you've sold, for Calgary area, it's just 1 million still right now for luxury. Once you've
okay.
sold 6 houses over 1 million, then you
Okay.
can be in. And then you get the right to pay an extra $1,500 a year.
Lovely.
Yeah. So when they come to my link tree, I have the listing guide, and then I have it on Flip 5 or whatever the program is called. Do this. So people can flip the listing guide right on here if they want, or they can download it in PDF. And then the other thing, if you go to my link tree, is uh, I have like our luxury videos and then go right to YouTube, and then I have all the listings that I have currently live. And I have videos and stuff and people connect with me. So whatever you do on the card, if you can link it back somewhere, you can gather people's information or they can get more information, because then they're gonna keep the card. So like if it's a card with no value, they're just gonna toss it. But if you can give them something, like people will put this on their fridge, like, oh, I'm gonna list my house next year. I'm gonna keep Emily's number. to like give them something of value. And like, yeah, the
On your
link is always
on
valuable.
your sorry, Andrew,
Yep.
just on your link tree. So you can put individual listing links on here as well, which is useful, yeah?
Yeah, you can put whatever you want. Any link to anything, and then you can change out those pictures to anything you want.
You know, I've got a couple of other businesses, but keep those off of there because I've already kind of got a link tree set up, but I need to set up a fresh one just for real estate.
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Otherwise, it confuses people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably keep a focus on there. And then yeah, I have some set up right to YouTube. Like if you click on the Elk Park one, it just pops in the video immediately. So you do fun stuff with them too. It don't have to be, links.
You know, your book are cool. Does that take you through to like Google Calendar or something? Or okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's book right in. So yeah, make it easy for people to find you. They can click the email, just send me an email, call me, or book a call with me, whatever. This stuff PTA can help you with. Like if you're like, I don't know exactly what I want to write on here, you can play with that design as well too. So trust the team that sells more homes in Montero than any other is what I came up with last year. So just something that helps stand out. And then this is one Joel sent out last year. It's another example. So he has the stats for Sunset, and then on the back has his picture, has a QR code, and then his little blurb. So don't worry, this was not his final version. He did fix that. So again, he had to remove the luxury, but again, it's like make it easier for people to find you, give them some more value. If you have the QR code to your link tree, then you can switch that up all the time. So if they keep your card and they scan it in a year from now, and it's like you just sold one down the street and they could see that. So like when I ran that campaign, it just sold on 43 Montreal Landing. The very first link on my link tree for like 3 or 4 months was the video of 43 Montreal Landing and it said just sold for the record price. So if they clicked on there, they got to see our marketing for that house. So that's a nice part. Link into the link tree is what I recommend, or Stand Store, or whatever link stuff you're using. Stand Store is nice and looks really nice too. It's a little more expensive. Um, if you link them to that, and you can play with like what you want to promote that month. All right, questions on mailers or other marketing? Or jump into open houses. Good.
No, I'm good.
Okay, open houses. Most of you know this. Adam, you're new to the area. I don't know what London was like for this stuff, but
They never did them
yeah,
ever.
okay, I'm sure. Um, 2 to 4 open houses a month in your area would do wonders. Because like the same people shopping are gonna go to multiple open houses too. So if they see you multiple times, then all of a sudden you're like the expert. Oh, you're here again, even if it's not your listing, fine. So again, if you go into Pillar 9 and go to My Office Listings on the homepage, you will see all the real broker listings.
How does that work, Andrew? What, you just go to an open house or
So you're gonna want to pull up the listings in your area, and then you can talk to the realtor and do their open house, preferably. All right, show you really quick.
what? So you get in touch with another real realtor and say, "Hey, you've got a listing in the area. Can I
Yeah,
help out with an open house?" Or
yeah, kind of do open house for you. So here's you guys get that Pillar 9. Go here, go My Office Active Listings. Once you're in here, this is all the listings for Real Broker in the Calgary area right now. If you click here to run as a full search, then you just go to map and see what's in your area is the quickest way.
oh,
Yeah. Now it's like, all right, I want to go Catan, and for you want to go inner city down here. Got one Montgomery, three in Parkdale.
Okay.
Nice one in St. Andrews Heights. Nice infill over here. So yeah, you got some options. So yeah, now you can click on here, see who the realtor is. Okay, it's Robin. Send Robin a message like, hey, is this available to open house? You
Okay.
can technically open house for other brokerages too. It's just a lot of brokerages did start putting their foot down a couple of years ago, mostly because of a bunch of people at EXP and Real Broker always doing the open houses and taking all the leads, and some of the big brands thought that wasn't a good look anymore. So some of the offices don't let their agents do it, but most, like a lot of them still do. We still do open houses for Remax people and Royal LePage people, depending on the office they're at. That we know really well. So you could do other brands, but if you stick with Real Broker, most people are good about it. If like their team isn't doing one, um, or they're not doing it and their client wants it, all good. We farm, obviously, we all know we farm ours out every week. So do 2 to 4 in the same area though is the key. So if you can find Real Broker ones and do them in the area, then everybody's going to keep seeing you in the area. Use a lot of signage. Um, I know sandwich boards are annoyingly expensive when you're starting out, but like if you can have at least 5 out every single time, 5 or 6, you get a lot more awareness on brand and name. So try to have as many as you can. Use the big ones if you can. And then the neighborhood invite. Emily's really good at this, but go around and invite the neighborhood to your open house. It will guarantee you way more traffic.
For sure. I always like when I'm door knocking, obviously I try not to disturb people, but if I'm talking to people, I'm just like, hey, I'm not inviting them. I'm just like, hey, help me pick your new neighbor. Like, do you know anyone? Right. And they're like, new neighbor. I was like, yeah. Do you know anyone that might want to be in the neighborhood? And they're like, yeah, I do. And then that gets them talking. And then you get really good traffic.
Yeah, like how
Okay.
many did you have in that Riverside, your one in your neighborhood that one time? Like 40 or
Oh,
something?
I had, yeah, but on the combined Saturday and Sunday, I think I had over 40 groups, and over half of them were from Riverview because they wanted their neighbors to get into that area. And obviously, I had a little agenda because I wanted a good neighbor. So,
Andrew, what do you normally say? Like when you go door knocking, what do you normally kind of say to people? Is there not a script, but is there
The
a
only
process?
door knocking I will do is for open house. So like Em said, invite them to the open house, or hey, do you have someone looking in the area? Super
Yeah.
easy. Or if I'm looking for a specific house for a client, and then I
mhm.
have a letter, which you'll have in your new agent school group. It's in
Yeah.
there. That letter I use a lot. It's like, hey, these people are looking for a bungalow in this neighborhood. Yours could match. Like, would you be interested in talking about how that would work? That's the
Okay.
two ends I do. Ian, I was hoping Ian jump on, but Ian does a lot of door knocking, so like he doesn't mind just going around, but be armed with something. Hey, I don't know if you're aware how much your house could be worth. If you ever want to talk about it, this is who I am. I live in the area. Like you get lots of hints, especially if you're doing your own neighborhood. Hey, I
Mm.
want to introduce myself. I have a lot of experience selling homes and high price homes. And I'm living here in Montgomery now. So like, this is what's going on in the neighborhood. And if you know that, but yeah, it's really good when you have an open house because you want traffic. If you have 40 people at open house, I mean, technically you should spin that into 4 buyers. Should be a
Mhm.
buyer every 10 once you get good. Might
I
take longer.
I had an idea. I was going to ask you this the other day. So everyone in the local area always stops me when I'm walking Blue, and a lot of people sort of know him. I was going to put a picture of me and Blue on like like a leaflet to hand out in the local
Yep.
area. Good idea or too
Yep.
much?
Perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. Perfect.
People love people love animals. People love dogs.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah. Both
Thanks.
use the dog.
Yeah.
And they can't
even in your
complain when they
videos,
grow up, unlike your kids.
like even in your videos too, like have the dog, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you've
did a
been
couple of
posting it.
posts. I
Yeah.
did a couple of
Mhm.
posts. I just started to because my page, I mean my real estate Instagram page is only what like 8 days old or something, but I'm just getting going. But yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah. No, post the dog all the time. And then, yeah, people will know, like, oh, yeah, that's dog. Oh, yeah, Adam's a realtor. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Like, reinforce that. So, Do your post before, during, after the open house. Most everybody's been pretty good about this. Uh, Tag the list agent if you're not the list agent. You can tag BRIX every time as well too. So make sure you just get the word out. During the open house, good time if it's slow to like walk around the house, talk about the house, like really promote it as well. You could do neighborhood only preview stuff as well. So this works really. I do this on the higher end stuff. I don't always do it on the lower end. It just depends on traffic, but it works really well if you do a neighborhood only open house. And then you can door knock like the whole neighborhood. You can talk to everybody before, hey, like I'm having a special neighborhood open house. I want you to check this one out. I've done this on multiple estate homes and it works really well. And everybody's like, oh yeah, they come, you can have lots of food, you could have, have some wine. The Montero one is great. I brought a bunch of white wine and like all the older wives came and I hung out for hours and drank all the wine. Perfect. So
They
like,
did. That
yeah,
was awesome.
yep. It's like get lots of food, you can get nice food for not that expensive. Um, and then you just have people hang out because that's how they're gonna get to know you. And you have a really nice house, the house, and then someone might know someone or whatever, but it really promotes you and then gives them that sense of like, oh, Adam's just doing this for everybody in Montgomery. Super cool. So do that first. They get the preview. We've done it where we do it before it's even on the market. Now you have to be more careful with the 72-hour rule, but you can still pull this off before it launches. Like do it on like a Saturday or Sunday and like launch the listing on the Tuesday. Stuff like that. Capture content for yourself, for the house, and not just for leads. Like just get lots of content where you're at. These things are a really good time to capture a really nice house. Local events. So join forces with the businesses. Sid's really good at this too. I like doing this too, but like anytime you can form some sort of collaboration with a local business, that's going to help both of you promote your brands. So talk to businesses. If you frequent somewhere all the time, have that chat with them. Hey, I come here all the time. I get lots of views on Instagram promoting real estate. Like, is there anything we could do together? Um, I mean, I went to lunch with Dave a few weeks ago in Bright Creek at the cafe, and like he doesn't even pay there anymore. So, there's a whole confusion at the tell, like, oh, do you want to pay this time? And it's like he's like, yeah, they know me, I help them, I promote, I sponsor their stuff, vice versa, and that's what it is. Like that's perfect collaboration with the business. Engage with local charities. That's a really good one too. If you can volunteer with a specific charity all the time, people get to know you. And then partner with schools, church, other community focus groups, attend events, sponsor functions. Um, really think about what you like to do and then help out in your community. And it will all come back around. Like these are not things where like, I want to sell your house. Let's talk about selling your house. Like, no, you're doing good things in your community. The payback is down the road. Everybody knows who you are, so you're gonna sell their house. Like this is the slow burn stuff. Like you have to like combine it all. You gotta get the tent at the event. You gotta sponsor the kids thing. You gotta if I could afford it, I'd just pay for the playground. Kids need kids 450 grand. You can sponsor things that make sense to you, but just be present for your community. All right, playing time. Take pictures if you want, but if you haven't done this yet, like do your sales in your area. Make sure it makes sense. If the area is not big enough, put the second area in right beside you or whatever that looks like. Like make sure you have enough sales. So run the sales 365 days. If you take 10% of that, are you happy with that production? Because the best part is if you take 10% of your area and that's 20 deals, well, the spillover alone will bump you up to 30 deals. Now you're making a ton of money. Like it's not like you're only going to be selling. Anybody selling in your neighborhood's moving somewhere else. So you're going to have a lot of repeat business. Set up the online ads if you haven't done that yet. First mailer drops, get your mailer planned, get a template set up, and then start doing your posts. This is the easiest thing to do. Post open houses. Post open houses. Stay with that. Get the mailers going. If you're doing mailer every second month to start, then get one out in February. The spring market's coming, and it's already busy. Like, been selling stuff pretty fast. So stuff's getting sold out from under me. I can't even show it the last couple of weeks in Cochrane. So it's actually getting kind of annoying. I went 2 days ago and went back to go see the same place yesterday, and that was sold, and the other 2 units were similar sold from the builder, and like we're into like the fourth or fifth option now.
Oh,
24
wow.
hours. Oh yeah. The deals are great right now. So, but the smart buyers are out and they're cleaning up.
Mhm.
Month two, you're starting planning your next mailer. So, like, if you're going to use roughly the same template every time and just switch out numbers and stuff, that's easy. But you're going to want to update like solds and that kind of thing, depending on what you're doing. So, if you're doing a mailer every second month, then you're planning that mailer the next month. So, you're basically always either sending out or planning a mailer. So, stay on top of that. Find something to go to or sponsor, but just start going to things to start with. People know your face, introduce yourself, help out where you can. Don't get bogged down with like big sponsorships. And I'll touch on sponsorships super quick. Decide before the year starts what you want to sponsor, because you will get halfway through the year and everybody will call for your money. And if you're like, no, I already budgeted my sponsorship money for the year, it is already paid for. If you want something for next year, I'll put you on the list. Let's talk in November. But like, do yourself a favor and plan out your sponsorships ahead of time so that people aren't just taking your money halfway through the year and you're like, I don't want to spend another $2,000. So be specific. I am sponsoring the golf league that I play in this summer. I'm being very specific. It's $1,500 and I'm gonna have my name and bricks on everything, Eric and I. Then we golf with all these people. I already pulled hopefully one listing from last summer, but now I want the sponsorship tags, or have it on the website, have it on the menus every night, like just brand reinforcement. And then we're there, we talk, everybody knows who we are because we wear break stuff all the time. So like that's very specific for me. When sponsor that, it will lead to more business, and it's something I already do. So now I'm basically writing off my golf league game. So it's great. But like, think about what you want to do so that people aren't calling you in September asking for $2,000. You're just like, fine. Like, just stick to what you want. And then again, mailers, market updates, event follow up, ask for listing appointments once people start getting in your DMs or calling you and all that stuff. So that first Montero mailer got me a listing appointment 6 weeks later. So it can happen fast, but stay consistent and you will get more. Joel's working multiple people this spring from that very first mailer that I put up that he sent. So the mailers work. Again, you only need one person to scan that thing and then call you. Questions, comments?
No, it was really, really useful actually for me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
Put a little fire